del proyecto HSI-STEM. Como saben, el proyecto HSI-STEM es un proyecto para ofrecer apoyo a los estudiantes de la División Académica de Ciencias y Tecnología, y como parte de ese trabajo, pues también se le ofrece una serie de recursos y adiestramientos a la facultad asesora, que es parte del programa. Pero igualmente, cuando tenemos oportunidades como la que tenemos en el día de hoy, pues también es parte de la función del proyecto, pues ofrecer, ¿verdad? Este tipo de orientaciones a la facultad en general de la división y otras facultades, otras divisiones que quieran también pues beneficiarse y participar. En esta oportunidad tenemos a una persona de esta entidad, que es el National Research Mentoring Network. Ella les va a explicar, ¿verdad?, un poquito más sobre esto. Y pues nada, voy a presentarla a ella. Ella es directora asociada. Su nombre es Damaris Javier. Y ella, ¿verdad?, dirige los esfuerzos estratégicos que están relacionados al reclutamiento, ¿verdad?, de la entidad, de NORM. Y también tiene presencia en varias conferencias nacionales, en distintos eventos, ¿verdad?, que tienen que ver con la ciencia, y maneja, ¿verdad?, las metas a largo plazo y a corto plazo del proyecto. Ella posee una maestría en educación postsecundaria del Teachers College de Columbia University y un bachillerato en educación secundaria y matemáticas, con un minor en economía de la Universidad de Vermont. Y antes de estar trabajando con NORM, estuvo varios años como directora de la Oficina de Diversidad y Asuntos Multiculturales en la Universidad de Columbia, específicamente el Vangelis, no sé si lo estoy diciendo bien, Vangelis College of Physicians and Surgeons. Y ahí pues estuvo dirigiendo programas de diversidad para poblaciones, ¿verdad?, lo que se llama underrepresented, ¿verdad?, interesadas en el área de STEM y en el área de salud. Y dirigió iniciativas para reclutar y retener estudiantes de medicina de esas poblaciones. Pues ella pues disfruta, ¿verdad?, trabajando con comunidades y apoyar, ¿verdad?, el éxito de los estudiantes, ¿verdad?, que están persiguiendo estas carreras en el área de STEM. Así que nada, les dejo entonces con nuestra invitada, la señora Javier, para hablarnos más sobre National Research Mentoring Network. Adelante.
Muchas gracias por la introducción y tengo que pedirle perdón, pero no, mi español no es tan bueno para hacer esta presentación en español. La presentación en sí yo la tengo que hacer en inglés porque no hay mucha palabra técnica que no estoy preparada para hacerlo en español. Pero si hay palabras que no entiende, yo puedo tratar de traducirlo o me pueden ayudar. Pero como gracias por la introducción y como dijeron, mi nombre es Damaris Javier. I use she, her, hers, ella pronouns. Y como dijeron, I've been with NRMN con este proyecto since el 2015 y I serve as the associate director and also a co-investigator for the NRMN project. Y conmigo también tengo una colega, se llama Marianne Meye, and she will also be joining us today. There you go, there's like Spanglish in there. Pueden ver mi, y aquí está Marianne. Marianne, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Damaris. Hi, everyone. As Damaris has mentioned, my name is Marianne. I do not, unfortunately, speak this beautiful language, but I serve as the digital communication strategist for NRMN. I've been here for just a few months, so I'm pretty fresh. I'll be helping Damaris, but also observing a little bit, and I'm happy to be here. Let us know if you have any questions towards the end. So I'll give Damaris the floor.
Thank you. And so before I get started, I'm going to show a quick video that basically summarizes what I'm going to go into a little bit more detail today, and hopefully you're able to see it and hear it.
Do you need help navigating your career? We're looking to connect with science professionals across the nation to build your network.
Can you hear it?
We can hear it, but it's the volume may be too low, I think.
It should pick up.
Me.
It should get smooth after just a few seconds. But Damaris, is there any way to pull up the volume a little bit?
No.
No? Okay.
If not, I could share. What I'll do is, if you can't hear it well, what I'll do is share the link to the video and you can all view it on during your own time. Okay?
No problem.
So, I'll go into the presentation. So here is our wonderful team, NRMN team, that basically works to put together the NRMN project. And just a little bit of background, NRMN is part of a bigger initiative from NIH, from the National Institutes of Health. And they had put in this initiative to diversify the biomedical fields. And we are just a small part of this initiative, which they call the Diversity Program Consortium. And as part of this initiative, there are 10 build undergraduate institutions. I believe Puerto Rico has one that work with undergraduate students. You have us, the Resource Center, working on resources, which I'll go over in a bit. A coordination center doing a lot of the coordination pieces. And then there's 10 UO1 projects, NIH projects, studying mentorship, networking, and professional development. But today, what I'll be presenting on is the resources that are available through NRMN. And so what is NRMN? So NRMN is free because it's funded by NIH. And it is an initiative, like I said, to diversify the biomedical research fields. And we do this through culturally responsive mentorship, networking, and professional development. Right now, in order for you to join either as a mentee or as a mentor, again, it's free. You must be of age 18 years or older. And as a mentee, not as a mentor, but as a mentee, you must be a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, and or non-citizen U.S. national. Right now, we have over 23,000 mentors and mentees in our network. And here's the geographical representation of our network or our participants. So the yellow are members, the reddish color is mentors across the country, and the green is mentees. And you see La Isla de Puerto Rico, and we have good representations of NRMN members there as well. And so there are resources that I'll go through that you can take advantage of by signing up or without signing up. And I'll go over the difference in a little bit, but here I'll show you quickly lost it. the NRMN website. This is our website, and so if you go to this website, and I think Sarah has could share with you all the link to sign up and to join NRMN. Again, it's free. These are resources to help you all. But the actual website has resources that you can all take advantage, and it's divided by career stage, like undergrad, graduate students, postdoc, junior faculty, senior faculty, and administrators and staff. And it's really easy to join NRMN. Sarah has the link that you can all click on to join. But basically, you click on join and you just fill out the initial sign up, which is pretty simple. You fill out some profile questions, and I'll go over why that's helpful in a little bit. And that's it. You become a member of NRMN. And again, it's free to join. So the resources on our NRMN website can be leveraged by anyone without joining. We also have a NRMN newsletter that you can also subscribe to, and it's also on our website. So if you go to news and then subscribe to NRMN newsletter, you are able to subscribe from there. And what we send this newsletter out monthly, and we include information about what's going on in the STEM community. We include diversity funding opportunities there whenever those are available, amongst other opportunities that might be of interest to you or your students and your staff. We also put together career development webinars that anyone can join without being a member. And these are in different topics like applying to graduate school, or the different NIH application mechanisms, or how to apply to an NIH grant, or other topics on mentoring, etc. And so those are also available to anyone. But then we also have resources that are available to you if you join, and I'm going to go over those as well. And those are available in a platform that we called My NRMN. And so these are available online and accessible to anybody who joins. And so once you create a profile and you join, you'll have access to what we call here the My NRMN platform. And basically, this is kind of like a social media platform, but for those in the STEM biomedical health profession fields, and where you can network and get mentoring, and you could get mentoring, culturally responsive mentoring. And so once you join NRMN, you will have access to this platform. What I'm going to do today is point out ways that you as a faculty can leverage our resources, but how can you also leverage our resources for your students, or any staff members that you may have within your team. I won't do a live demo in our platform, but I have screenshots of the different areas or features in our platform in the PowerPoint. So one of the features that you will see that once you sign up, that would be available to you is called the Ask a Mentor. And basically this features enables you or a mentee, a mentor, or a member to ask any questions to the entire NRMN community. So that's over 23,000 mentors and mentees nationwide. And anyone can respond. So for example, let's say you're working on a manuscript and you have a question on a specific method approach. You can ask those questions here. Or let's say you're working on a grant and you need collaborators, you can ask somebody here. So any type of kind of questions, one-off questions you have that you want someone in the NRMN community to answer, you can post these here. As well as if you know the answer to a question that has been asked, you can answer them as well. The other feature available within the platform once you sign up is the My Mentor. And what this is, it's our guided, culturally responsive one-on-one mentoring. So this enables, so depending on your career stage, you can either serve as a mentor right now, or you can be mentored by somebody else. Depends on kind of where you are in your life and kind of what you're looking for. But the idea behind this is that you can engage in a one-on-one, culturally responsive mentorship. The way that we pair the pair or the dyad is we use an algorithm. And so we can pair mentors and mentees through an algorithm using the member's profile. You can also search for specific mentors or mentees that meet your criteria or a certain criteria. So let's say you are looking to be tenured and you want a mentor who's already a professor that's tenured, then you can find a mentor that meets that criteria and engage in a culturally responsive mentorship. And I'll go over what that means. Also, we can bring in existing mentorships into our platform, and so that you are able to utilize our resources. So for example, let's say you are already mentoring a mentee, maybe in the lab or somewhere else at your institution. We can bring that pair to our platform so that you can utilize the resources that are available. So we can bring existing in-person mentorship to this virtual platform. For the mentorship, we use the SMART goals framework in order to help the pair work towards accomplishing their goals. And we also provide them with culturally responsive topics that they can discuss. And so just a little bit of background of where I'm coming from when I say culturally responsive. So as we probably know, mentoring is very important in terms of, has been linked to persistence in STEM, right? So participating in mentoring helps with self-efficacy, helps with persistence in STEM. But in order for that to work, to be effective, it needs to be an effective mentorship relationship. And so there are some attributes that have been developed throughout the years that showcase kind of what are those attributes that mentorship relationship should have. And these are the lists that were developed by Chris Fun and all. They're part of NRMN as well. And what we did with her team is develop discussion prompts based on these attributes of effective mentorship. And so we provide the mentor and the mentee with these prompts that they can discuss. And so we have 5 sets of discussion prompts tailored for each career stage. So when I say career stage, I mean like undergraduate, postbaccalaureate, graduate, postdoctoral, and junior faculty. And these topics are not necessarily science-based. These are more like interpersonal, psychosocial, professional development topics that we all need to kind of persist and be retained in STEM fields. So the topics include like dealing with stress, work-life balance, microaggressions, aligning expectations, which are all important topics within effective mentorship relationship. So we have prompts for these that we provide to the mentor and the mentee that they can discuss. The other feature that is available within our platform, if you sign up, is courses. And the courses that we currently have available are 3 of them. One is an unconscious bias course, which basically introduces the concept of unconscious bias and provides a toolkit for managing those unconscious bias that we all have. Once you complete the course, a certificate is awarded. And right now we have over 2,800 people enrolled in this course. The way that we see institutions or people using it is that they take it as an individual, as a faculty. You can go ahead and take this course. It's free for yourself, but we also see faculty using it for, let's say, their classes. So maybe they bring their students and have their students, and I'll later explain how to bring your students or faculty or staff into the program, but they bring them as a cohort and assign them this course to take. Or we've seen admissions departments assign this course to their staff and have them take this course. We've seen a lot of organizations reaching out to us as part of their diversity, inclusion, and equity efforts and assigning this course to their students or their faculty and staff. So that's just some ideas on how to leverage NRMN courses besides just taking the course. Another course that we have available is Launching Research, Laboratory Readiness, Part 1 and 2. And this course is basically for mentees, and it introduces them to research and how to work in a laboratory setting. The students can take this course as, your students can take this course as individuals, but what we've noticed some faculty do is they have been adding that to their curriculum for their classes and have their students, we bring their student in as a cohort and assign them this course to take. Same with faculty that have a lab, they might assign their lab members, their lab students to take this course. So just some ideas on how you can, as a faculty, leverage these courses for your students. And I should mention, we are working on a couple more courses. We are working on a mentor training course, as well as a course that would have several modules on how to apply to graduate school. And that should be available by the end of the year or early next year. The next feature I'll go through, if you click, that you will have access to once you sign up and log in, it will be the jobs and internship board. And basically here you can find any opportunities that are available or post any opportunity. If you have an opening in your lab or if you have an opening at your institution, you can post it here for the entire NRMN community to see. Or you can find opportunities for yourself or for you could refer your students here to find any openings that might be available. The next feature I'll go over is my groups. And basically this feature allows you to either join or create groups that cater to your interests. So, I went ahead of myself. Sorry, I'm trying to go back. You can join or create groups that are based on your interests or your goals. So these groups can be either private, so you could set up a group, let's say for your class only, or it could be public. One group that we have that is very popular is a opportunities group, and people join that group to find or post opportunities that are available. Some features within our platform is that you could, within these groups, you could have video calls and up to 50 people. You can share documents and files within your group. You can schedule meetings. And if you are like the administrator of that group, you will have access to aggregate data that you could use for reports or any other purpose. So like how many people are engaging, how many people are sharing documents, all of that. The next feature that is available to you and also your students is the My CV resume. And basically this is kind of like a template that helps you create a nice resume. And so you just go in, fill out the boxes, And what it will do is create a nice template resume that you can share with others. It would also provide you with a unique URL that you can share with people outside of NRMN. This feature is called My Project. So if you click where the arrow is, and this is a new feature available through NRMN, and basically you can share any projects that you have with the NRMN community. So for example, if you were awarded a grant and you want to share it with others to see how you could collaborate, you can share it here. The other feature is My Publication, and basically here you can sync your ORCID ID or add it or download from PubMed your publications so that other people could see your work and it could enhance your profile as well as encourage connections. And then earlier I talked about how to bring in your students if you want to assign them a course or have them take any participate in any part of NRMN, or if you want to bring in your faculty, you can do that using what we called My Cohorts. This is something that you would need to reach out to us directly for, and we could create those cohorts for you. But basically the idea is that, let's say you have a class and you want to bring them all to take the laboratory readiness class course. We would create a cohort, bring them in all as a class in here, assign them that course, and provide you with aggregate data that you can use. And so just to point out here, the aggregate data will be unidentifiable, but you can see how many people have taken the course. What we have seen is, for example, earlier this week, I had one organization that is wanting to bring their members of 150 people to take the unconscious bias course. So we're going to create a cohort for them, assign them that course. Once they complete that course, they're going to share the certificate of completion with the administrator. And if they complete the course, they're going to provide business cards for them as an incentive. So there are creative ways that other people are using My Cohorts. And this is kind of it's a test dashboard, but these are some of the areas you would have access to in terms of data aggregate data that you might need for a report or a presentation based on whatever initiative you have. And then besides leveraging the course, we also welcome partnership opportunities for collaboration. I went through some of these already, like creating cohorts. But one of the things I want to point out, if you ever want to post anything in our newsletter, you can feel free to reach out to us. And that newsletter goes out to almost 30,000 subscribers. So reach out to us if you have an event and you want to share with people nationwide. We also, as I mentioned earlier, we do host career development webinars. So if you ever want to be a presenter on a specific topic, we always welcome those. January is National Mentoring Month. And so if you would like to partner on an event that month in January, we also welcome collaborators. And so that was kind of a brief overview of the different features and what NRMN is. So at this moment, I'll open it up to any questions or comments.
Gracias a nuestra invitada de hoy. Preguntas, pueden escribirla en el chat o pueden participar abriendo su micrófono.
Y puedo tratar de responderlo en español.
Gracias. Yo tengo una pregunta y también, ¿verdad?, un comentario. Nosotros este año, ¿verdad? Al final de esta semana va a estar en Puerto Rico la organización SAGNAS haciendo su conferencia y entiendo que Norm va a estar presente en la conferencia.
Sí, gracias por ese recordatorio. Yo no voy a poder estar ahí, pero el principal investigator principal del programa va a estar ahí en SACNES y la mesa es 310 y van a estar ahí. Pasen por ahí, digan hola, conocen más de NRMN si quieren.
Excelente. Y la otra pregunta, y verá, muchos de nuestros estudiantes, pues quizás tienen algunas dificultades con el inglés. Entonces quería saber si hay algunos recursos también que ustedes ofrezcan en español para esos estudiantes particulares. Claro está, ¿no? Una de las, ¿verdad? De las destrezas que ellos tienen que ir desarrollando, ¿verdad? Es el inglés porque pues, es el lenguaje que más se usa en la ciencia. Muchos de los libros están en inglés y todo eso, ¿verdad? Pero de todas maneras, ¿verdad? Para aquellos que quizás todavía tengan algún tipo de dificultad y pues quería saber si habían unos recursos en español de Norm también.
Sabe que es un buen feedback, no sé cómo se dice feedback, pero es algo que yo lo anoté ahora para poder mencionarlo al leadership, para ver qué podamos hacer más para la población que tal vez no hable inglés. Pero quería also mencionar que si participan en the mentorship, en el Culturally Responsive Mentorship, tienen la habilidad de request, no sé cómo se dice request, pero decir que quieren solicitar un mentor o un mentee que hable español o bilingüe. Podemos pair el estudiante con alguien que sea bilingüe y sabe español para poder to help support students.
Excelente. Y otra cosa que vi que no desconocía lo de los cohorts, y me parece súper bueno. Nosotros ahora mismo tenemos un programa acá de National Science Foundation. Tenemos un grupo de 15 estudiantes que son scholars in STEM. Y se me ocurre, enseguida se me prendió la luz, porque eso sería excelente, ponerlos a ellos, ¿verdad? Hacer un cohort con Norm. Sí.
Exactamente, y eso es lo que hemos visto, muchos programas como de NIH o NSF están solicitando que nosotros creamos un cohort para sus estudiantes o para sus staff members, faculty, y para traerlo todos juntos y asignarles cierto pedazo de NRMN, como puede ser la clase que ofrecemos o el mentorship. Y muchas veces, porque ese programa, no sé los detalles del programa de ustedes, pero esos programas requieren, vamos a decir, que introduzcan research. Y ya nosotros tenemos una clase de research, so ahí they could check that off. Y lo mismo con los faculty para sus clases. A veces necesitan introducirle esa clase a a los estudiantes en su clase o en el laboratorio. Entonces, una buena forma de traer un grupo, asignarles esa clase y ellos le pueden dejar saber a ustedes si si cumplieron la clase o si cumplieron the mentorship o cualquier parte que ustedes le asignen a sus estudiantes o a su faculty. Es una buena idea que otras organizaciones y programas están haciendo también.
Excelente. Quería saber también un poquito del newsletter. No sé si, ¿verdad? Quizás a través de la página de NORM podamos ver un ejemplo del newsletter que...
Sí, déjame ver si... aquí están. Aquí pueden ver, si van a la página de NRMN y van a donde dice, bueno, aquí pueden suscribirse al newsletter y después si van al archive, aquí deben estar todos los, no sé por qué es el último. Tenemos que, we archive it in this page, all the newsletters. So ahí pueden ver los newsletters que han pasado en el pasado. Pero si quieren suscribirse para any newsletter en el futuro, nada más tienen que ir a nuestra página y suscribirse. Si ustedes tienen alguna oportunidad, un evento que quieren que mucha gente vaya o sepa, vamos a decir que tal vez tengan un evento que es virtual, que gente en cualquier parte del país pueda atender, puede pedir que nosotros lo incluimos, perdón si lo estoy diciendo mal, pero lo incluimos en la newsletter y se lo mandamos. Y ahora mismo hay over 30,000 gente que están suscritos a esa newsletter. Y también, como dije más temprano, NIH tiende a darnos información de grant opportunities, oportunidades para grants que pueden aplicar y nosotros lo incluimos también en ese newsletter ahí para la comunidad, para que ellos puedan saber de esas oportunidades.
Okay. Otra cosa que, ¿verdad? Se me siguen ocurriendo preguntas. Mayormente, ¿cuáles son las áreas o las disciplinas que NORM cubre, ¿verdad? Porque creo que, o sea, vi por ahí la palabra biomédico, ¿verdad? Y es algo bien amplio, pero también vi la palabra clinical, también vi la palabra behavioral, o sea, ¿cuán amplio estamos hablando en términos de las disciplinas que NORM cubre?
Bien amplio, como dijiste, so biomedical, behavioral, incluimos STEM, so ciencia, lo voy a decir en inglés, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine, even if they're not doing research or if those areas are doing research. So diría que bien amplio. Y más también cuando son estudiantes que son undergraduate, a esa altura a veces están todavía explorando, ¿verdad? Entonces también tenemos muchos estudiantes que tal vez no saben si quieren estar en STEM, pero están tratando de descubrir si es algo que quieren pursue.
Claro. Lo digo porque yo soy del área behavioral, so, vi la parte behavioral y pienso que, ¿verdad? Porque mucha gente lo asocia con STEM, pero veo que también hay otras áreas también que están representadas en NORM.
Exacto. Y mi background es en social sciences, pero yo trabajo en áreas en STEM. So, mi background es en social sciences, pero yo trabajo con gente en STEM, so también incluimos personas, son bienvenidas personas que también trabajan, que tal vez su educación no fue en STEM o biomedical, pero están en el área de STEM en biomedical trabajando.
Excelente. No sé si hay dudas, preguntas, algún comentario.
Y perdón que no lo pude hacer en español. Loida tiene, yo creo que la mano subió.
Loida, adelante.
Sí, hola, Damaris.
Hola.
Conocimos como que antes de la pandemia, en el regional meeting que fue en Kentucky.
Oh, ok, hace mucho de eso.
Sí, fue 2019, antes de la pandemia.
Sí.
Mira, I remember that in one of the presentations, you had like my groups, they were customized for like the project that wanted to use it. I don't know if you can show one of them, because that's something that we might be able to consider over here.
Like, could you repeat? So like,
Thought about that, Loida. I mentioned it to her about the cohorts.
Oh, the cohort.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you have like my groups, and you also have like the cohorts, and so you can have like private groups. But I remember there was one time in one of the presentations that it was sort of like customized for the.
I see. Sí, so lo digo en inglés. So, tenemos la habilidad de, bueno, tienen incluido porque está funded by NIH is the ability to create like groups or my cohorts. My cohorts is basically a way to bring in everyone, and then my groups is the group to interact, share documents, and all of that. So just my groups is more like a technical way to bring people in as a cohort, as a group, in an easy way, so you don't have to sign, so that not everybody has to go in and sign up. When you talk about customizations, we do have the ability to customize the environment within NRMN for specific programs, institutions, and organizations. And by customization, we mean like we customize it, like having your logos. We can, for example, like I mentioned earlier, we have discussion prompts for the My Mentor, and some organizations have prompts they want to use, so we could customize those. But those usually come with a fee because it's beyond the work that NIH is requiring. So if that's something of interest, definitely reach out, and we could have, I could provide you more detail about customizations of environments within NRMN.
And so within my groups, I can have like mentors that are specific for the mentees that participate in that group without, like having to sign up for external mentees.
Yes. So you could make an besides the customization, you have access to create groups. These could be private or public. So if you want to create a private group where only the people who you tell them to join, you can do that. And just those people will be able to interact with that group, share documents, talk, have video calls. But the good thing too is that once they join that group, they still have access to everything in our platform. They could join other groups, they could take the courses. It's just that you're creating that private group just for your members. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. And nice seeing you again. Otras preguntas.
By the way, Dr. Mendez is our director of the program, the HSI-STEM program. And who's sponsoring this talk, and also she's the principal investigator for the NSF Scholars in STEM project.
What is the name of that NSF project?
It's NSF Scholars in STEM, NSF-STEM. Yes.
Great work that you're all doing on supporting students in STEM.
We serve an underrepresented a group of students that have a lot of challenges, a lot of barriers, many students that are first generation students, so that complicates the whole thing. And also we had, as many people did, a lot of challenges due to the COVID pandemic with the remote learning and all that. So we're still dealing with that situation as well as we can. And I'm sure, you know, a lot of students all over the U.S. and all over the world are still struggling with, you know, that situation, even though we are back, you know, from the lockdown and from the remote learning, but still that time, that amount, that period of time was a challenge for many of them.
Yeah, and like you said, it's still a challenge, but I commend you all for the work that you are doing and supporting underrepresented students, and because sometimes this is like their way into STEM and their way of getting to their goals. So I commend you for the work that you are doing, and if there are areas to partner and leverage our resources to continue to support these students, that's what makes me happy. So we're here, NRMN is here. It's a free program, like I said, that is available to your faculty, to your staff, to your students, to help support through mentorship and networking those students. And like you said, those are traditionally underrepresented students in STEM who really, really, really need these type of programs.
So we thank you for your time and for your for this valuable information that you have provided us. Yo espero que, ¿verdad? Las personas que han estado presentes en esta charla, pues aprovechen el recurso, se hagan miembros, ¿verdad? Se registren en la plataforma de NORM para que puedan aprovechar estos recursos. A mí vi cosas nuevas porque yo hace tiempo que no entraba, vi cosas nuevas que me parecen muy buenas. Y yo creo que le podemos sacar bastante provecho, tanto la facultad como el staff. Y ¿verdad? Ya Loida habló de los grupos, así que estaremos posiblemente en contacto para ver cómo podemos trabajar con eso más adelante. Así que nada, thank you for your time. Thank you for your you know, availability to do this for us. Y quiero agradecer a todas las personas que se conectaron, ¿verdad? Recuerden que siempre el programa HSI-STEM pues tiene, ¿verdad? Muchas actividades. De hecho, mañana, no sé si, Sara, si quieres anunciar lo de mañana, que vamos a tener un talk. No tengo aquí el flyer, déjame ver, para aprovechar que están por aquí y recordarles que hay esa actividad mañana, miércoles, que vamos a tener una charla Déjenme buscar el...
Lo proyecto por aquí. Entiendo que estás hablando de esta charla.
Sí, correcto.
Así que sí, aprovecho para mencionar que entonces en el día de mañana, en la tarde, puede ser tanto presencial como virtual, va a estar la doctora Ofelia Olivero. Ella es argentina, trabajó muchos años para el NIH y va a estar hablando, o su charla se titula What Can You Learn from a Mouse? Así que están todos invitados y es auspiciado por la Sociedad de Toxicología.
Estamos aprovechando, ¿verdad? Que la doctora Olivero pues va a estar en SACNAS, así que pues aprovechando ese recurso que va a estar disponible con nosotros mañana aquí en la Universidad Ana G. Méndez. Nada, pues sin más, le damos las gracias, ¿verdad? A los recursos, le damos las gracias a todos los que asistieron. Y espero que aprovechen la información que le haya sido de utilidad. Y nada, que pasen buenas tardes todos. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias por tenernos.